the first lady of sports talk, the one and only Cheryl Smith. And I heard that she's going to allow us to call her Antoinette. You know it's 2017. And we got, you heard it. You heard that little set of laugh in the back. That's right, the savvy tongue sucker. We got Chase Diamond in the house. Chase, we going to be stacking big cash in 2017.
We're going to be stacking some major cash in 2017, starting with the Super Bowl winner that I have ready.
All right. A party at Chase's house, and we joined by the Shimmy Shake girls. And now, this before we kick off, as you know, we gotta have our giggle. That's right, we gotta get our bras, panties, and sports old school giggle on. So let's see if y'all can figure out who we got. Who we got now? Let me tell you. Now, I'm gonna tell you. She. Now, when I gave you a hint, she. And I'm going to just say, before there was a diva, she was there. Check it out.
Lady in the land. So with a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring her on, Jackie Moms Mabley.
How do you do? Wait a minute, son. Would you take my ermine, please? Just throw it anywhere. I throw them around like that. Oh, isn't he nice? Pull me with ease, honey. I'm old. Oh, you're so nice. You was just a little bit younger. Me and you would hit it off pretty good. Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. It's not as cold as it was. Don't you know I had to come all the way to Chicago Blue? That thing grabbed me. I done had 2 doctors, and they ain't helping me none. The more medicine I take, the worse I feel. So I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me a nice, young, 19-year-old boy. Yeah, but I don't want no square, though. I want a man. You got to be young, but you got to have some sense. This ain't what I mean. I can't use a square under no circumstances. You did. Ah, bless your heart. I'm glad to see you all. Oh, yeah, well, look who's here. Hello there. How are you? Is that your wife you with, or are you out to have a nice time? Good. And one strawberry said to the other, if we hadn't been in that bed together, we wouldn't have been in this jam today.
I hope you got your giggle on from an original old school first lady of comedy. But we got the first lady of sports talk, and we want to know what you're saying. I thought we had the first lady of sports talk, and we were asking what you say.
I got caught up with Miles Mabley there. I don't know. She's going after them young guys.
First lady, you no 30. 30 is the line. I'm your big brother. You know I'm watching out for you. 30.
Each week we try to figure out what is going on in the sports world. Not the plays of the week, more like the players of the week. Are they trying to tell us something? So we ask, what you saying? Fly, little birdie, fly. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. So I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let the spirit carry me. I want to fly right into the future. The little birdie known as Terry Bradshaw wishes he could fly far away from commenting about Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin as a cheerleader. Later, Terry said he meant to imply he was a motivator, which sounds like he had a sudden attack of foot-and-mouth disease or unease given the reactions from Tomlin and others in the league. Did Terry just simply speak his mind? Is Tomlin simply a motivator, since he certainly would not look good in a skirt? No, he wouldn't. Is Tomlin simply lucky because he has Big Ben?
No, I just want to put an emphatic no, he would not.
Is Tomlin simply lucky because he has Big Ben on his team? What will it take for Tomlin to have a Hall of Fame coaching career? Chuck Noll, Mean Joe Green, the Terrible Towels, and the Steve Miller Band are asking, what you saying? Mike Tomlin is not a cheerleader. He's a damn good coach. Terry Bradshaw, he needs to put some respect in Tomlin's name. I mean, come on, this man has had a 10-year coaching career. The Steelers' Mike Tomlin has been to the Super Bowl 2 times. He won 1, but he's been there at least 2 times. He has never had a losing season. He's missed the playoffs 2 times in his 10 years, and that's because he had an 8-8 record each of those times. Well, I'm just saying, with the backlash from Bradshaw, he tried to backtrack his statement, and to me, the fact that he's now saying he's a motivator, to me, he's disrespecting Tomlin again, because Terry Bradshaw, he owes Mike Tomlin an apology. That's what he owes him. He should have just apologized to Tomlin, said that he used the wrong choice of word, and just kept it moving. But no, now he's just going to continue to say, instead of saying a cheerleader, he's going to say he's a motivator. I mean, it seems to me that Terry Bradshaw has some ill feelings with his former team. They said he's been very distant from them, and to be honest with you, he is not the cheerleader for them. So it's not surprising that he's made those comments about Mike Tomlin, because really it seems like Terry Bradshaw doesn't like the Steelers. It's interesting, for some reason he doesn't like them. But you know what? Let's talk about Mike Tomlin. Yeah, he got a great team. He inherited a great team, but he still was able to lead that team to be a winner. I mean, the other coaches have inherited a great team. Let's not forget John Gruden. He inherited a great team from Tony Dungy, and he won the Super Bowl the following year. But Tomlin's overall coaching record is better than John Gruden. Tomlin has a 64% winning percentage, and Gruden has a 54% winning percentage. And Tomlin's been to the postseason 7 times, whereas Gruden's only been there 5 times. So, to me, Tomlin doesn't need to do anything else to be considered a great coach. Everybody considers John Gruden a great coach, so Tomlin has a better record than John Gruden. It's always, unfortunately, as an African-American, we always got to do things twice as better than the white counterparts to receive the same recognition. All Tomlin needs to do is just keep winning, and if he wins another Super Bowl, great. But as far as I'm concerned, his record already demonstrates that he's in the conversation of being a Hall of Fame coach. Chase, I mean, this is ridiculous what Terry Bradshaw was saying. I mean, I don't understand what he feels about the Steelers and Mike Tomlin. What do you think about this situation?
And I think you stole my thunder a little bit, because I was going to mention the record of, Tomlin's 102 and 57, a 64% winning percentage. He has 1 Super Bowl win. Cowher is 149 and 90, 62% wins, 1 Super Bowl. I partially agree with Bradshaw's comments. I think Tomlin is the second best NFL coach right now. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think Tomlin's a Hall of Famer. But I also think that Tomlin's a motivator. I think he's a player's coach. I think Bill Cowher was more of an X's and O's coach. And I think that's what it comes down to. I think that's what Bradshaw meant. And I think he's getting a little bit of, kickback from the media, who's a little, they're a little bit left wing. I mean, there's no doubt Mike Tomlin is a great coach. And I think, he's going to prove himself this year in the playoffs. You're going to see the Steelers win the Super Bowl. That was going to be my prediction later on. But I love Mike Tomlin. I love Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
we big stacking in 2017. I'm gonna tell y'all something. There is a famous. Did I say famous? There's a famous coach who said, "You are what your records say you are." Tomlin records say, "I'm a bad bama jammer." And if I'm bad because I cheerlead, if I'm bad because I motivate, if I'm bad because I try to trip other players on the sideline to help my team win, my records say. Hey, this ain't no alternate reality. The record speaks for itself. The glove didn't fit, you gotta quit.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He's a great coach. I think we all agree with that. I think we all agree that Tomlin is a great coach. Like I said, you want to call him a motivator is one thing, but to me it was disrespectful to say that he's a cheerleader. A cheerleader? Come on now, is John Gruden a cheerleader?
A cheerleader is technically a motivator, though. Cheerleader.
I know, but that's not. You don't. That's like. Come on now. That's a bad choice of words, Chase. A cheerleader. I mean, it's almost diminishing. It's almost diminishing him as being a great coach. And he still hasn't admitted that he's a great coach, because I think they came back out and asked him again when he retracted the original story, what he said as a cheerleader. He still didn't say that Tomlin is a great coach. So he isn't giving him any credence to the X and O's that he does. It's strictly that he is a motivator. So, I mean, yeah, you can motivate, but he still knows how to put together the game plan for the Steelers to win. So you have to give credit where credit is due. I mean, this man has never had a losing record in his 10 years. I mean, that's significant.
Tomlin's one of the greatest.
I will say, since we have to move on, because y'all are repeating the same points.
Well, I think Bradshaw's entitled to his opinion, though. If he wants to cut the opinion, then But,
hey, man, look, I'm for the First, Second, Third Amendments.
All right, Spitface, over to you.
All right. But when y'all start repeating the same points, we gonna move on. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, rocking my peers and putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion, overpowered over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop when I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare, you better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that'll all get sliced and diced. Competition paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama say knock you out. We are not talking about Nicola Adams, Katie Taylor, or Clarissa Shields. We are talking about the knockout punch the Houston Texans are looking at as they face Tom Terrific and the Brady Bunch. The Texans were able to get a victory over the Raiders depleted. Did I say depleted? I mean, they were sitting up there. They were looking for little Willie around the corner to come in and throw a ball. Quarterback core, but now they are facing a team with a mission, and in Gillette Stadium, and that quarterback is Brock, drop it like it's hot, Osweiler, who brings fear to his own receivers. The chances Houston could come away with the upset has been likened to the proverbial snowball's chance in hell. That's deep. You know how hot hell is? Well, I don't know, and I ain't trying to find out, but that's another topic altogether. Now, if Donald Trump can upset Hillary Clinton, isn't anything truly possible? Or do the Texans need some divine intervention from Vladimir Putin, or at least a North Korean dictator? Now, if the Texans somehow, Chase, what kind of odds is this?
There's a huge difference in odds between Donald Trump and the Texans. Trump was
Oh,
about
damn. Oh,
Trump
God.
was about a three and a,
Wait, is that bad?
It's about a 3.5 to 1 odds on Trump, and Texans are 10 to 1 to beat the Patriots.
Yeah. So they would be better off just letting Donald Trump play against the Patriots. Oh, God damn.
But you know what? I like
hey, excuse me, I forgot his Cheddars listening to this show. Now, would this be the biggest upset in NFL history? Will Brock Osweiler be the starting quarterback for the Texans next season? Or is he a bigger bust than Jamarcus Russell? Mean Derek Carr, David Carr, Matt Schaub, and Tony Romo are asking what you saying. Well, I am looking at this situation, and I'm going that there have been upsets in the NFL, but none come to mind. Now that might be because drinking and drugs will dull your mind at times, but there's none that comes to mind that would in any way be, somewhere remotely the kind of upset we would be seeing with the Texans being able to upset the Patriots in Gillette Stadium in January with Brock Osweiler. But they got one thing going for them. It is slim. And that one thing is the number one defense has made it to the Super Bowl on like a regular basis. If they could somehow do a Ravens, where the Ravens had a basic offense that didn't make mistakes and a defense that could get after the quarterback's ass and put him on his ass regularly, consistently, ass on the turf, getting green stuff all on his booty. When you can do that, you got a chance. And they got, and Jadeveon, I'm going to wait 2 years to act like I can play ball, clowning, trying to not be a clown. You might have a slim chance. So just maybe that snowball can get a shade in hell. Chase, what you say?
I tell you, this week is not the week you're going to see the Patriots upset, but the Texans will cover that 16-point spread. And I think the Texans have the number 2 pass defense in the regular season, and I think you're going to see a little bit of trouble with New England beating the Patriots. I think it's going to be a close game. Close game meaning within 10. And just like Putin exposed the Hillary Clinton campaign, I think you're going to see the Texans secondary attack Brady and maybe pick him off a couple times.
We stack it in 2017. First Lady, what you saying?
Well, obviously with Trump winning the election, anything is possible, but the Texans definitely would need some divine intervention from Putin to beat the Patriots. I mean, possibly the only way the Texans can win, Putin would have to kidnap Tom Brady. That's the only way he can do it. He would have to kidnap him. On the serious side, I mean, for Texans, the Texans' only hope to beat the Patriots. The only hope for the Patriots to lose to the Texans, that defensive line with Davion Clowney, and he would need to be a beast. And I mean, he really would have to be a beast, because it has been shown when Tom Brady is pressured to throw the ball, he can get into trouble. I mean, we already know that because Denver has done it. The Broncos have shown the Patriots that they can beat the Patriots when Tom Brady is under extreme pressure. So, like you said, Spitface, Clowny needs to stop clowning around. He needs to bring it to the line. Now, the only other way to Osweiler, I mean, he played well last game. I have to give him credit in the wild card game. He really surprised me. He really did because, he had a 90.1 QBR, but you can't win depending on him. But it would really have to be for everything for the Texans to win. Everything would have to line up correctly. The moon, the stars, the sun, it would have to be in the right alignment in order for Houston to beat the Patriots. But, hey, anything is possible.
First lady, the moon and Venus and Mars are aligned this weekend.
Oh, well.
They are.
Okay, well, you know what? I said the moon, the sun, and the stars, not the Venus and Mars.
Now, see, isn't that how a woman is? 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. And they say, and of course she said, "You came up short."
Hey, there's just too many ifs for the Texans. Too many ifs. But I just want to say one thing. Brock Osweiler, like I said, he shocked me last week. So I think he will definitely be the starting quarterback for the Texans next year. Hey, they invested too much money in him to let him fail after 1 year. And let's face it, nobody in the history of the NFL is worse than Jamarcus Russell. I'll end it at that.
Ryan Leaf.
Oh, wow! We what an argument for losers. Okay, First Lady, take us to break.
The first 2 listeners to email us or send a shout out why the ladies are grouped together will receive a $25 gift card from our partners at NFLshop.com. Now, your hint is they punch and they are first. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have a performance from Carolyn Gaines on the first part of Shout Out.
In 2017, we are no longer saying free Mr. Vine. But what we are saying is visit appointed time for you and support the release of Mr. Vine. The music flows in from around the globe to get a shout out from the panel. And I do mean the music flows in from around the globe. We be having music that be coming, all the way from Kentucky to be here for this show. But we do have music from around. We have people from all the way in the Netherlands and China and Japan. So we do go with the flow and from the motherland. But First Lady, I can't wait to hear the music from Carolyn Gaines. What we got?
On Shout Out, we feature new independent artists who are looking to find their shining star. If we like what we hear, we'll give the track a shout out. If we don't like it, we hit the mute. Today, we have Carolyn Gaines with her album, I Want Your Money, Honey. Who doesn't? All right, DJ, let's hear Mr. Dill Pickle.
Baby, I'm not storytelling, and I'm not clowning. On a good face to your dear picker, so better give me some. So better give me some. So better give me some. 'Cause it's so here good. Now your dear picker ain't no country man. So not enough. You so better give me some. So better give me some. You so better give me some. 'Cause they're so good. Please give me some. Baby. You got to save me some. Mr. Difficult. So better give me some. So better give me some. So better give me some. 'Cause it's so good to me. Hello. Honey, I got to hold that diesel stick. Morning and noon and night. 'Cause it's so good to me. So better give me some. So better give me some. The next time you see me, Mr. Dear Picker, I don't care if you got on your country wine star. And no wine. So better give me some. You so better give me some. The next time you stare at me, Mr. Dear Picker, Mr. Dear Picker. Yeah.
Okay, Carolyn Gaines with Mr. Dill Pickle. All right, let's get to the panel to find out what they thought about that performance. Chase Diamond. Have you heard anything like Mr. Dill Pickle, Chase?
No, I was thinking it was Spitface cutting a track under a different name. I mean, to me, it sounded like his voice, but I'm gonna have to give that one the thumbs down. It really wasn't my type of tune, but you know, I kind of was dancing a little bit. I had my legs shaking a little bit on that.
All right, Spitface. Chase said he thought it was you. You sure you weren't disguised as pretending to be Gloria Carolyn Gaines?
No, I'm definitely not a Gloria Gaines. Okay, I'm with Mike Tomlin. I ain't looking good in no skirt. I put it like that. So we ain't even going that direction. But I'm gonna tell you something. I like it to track. I get where Chase is coming from, because really this is an old school track. So this was you got to get with the audience. You know, I get the audience because I'm like kind of old school guy, and old school blues. Really, she got that Big Mama Cass. Now, you know that Big Mama Cass, that rough voice and everything. And Carolyn, girl, you know you naughty. Now you know she naughty. You naughty girl. You just a naughty girl. Now that's now the first lady over here, she all be, cause she all sophisticated and all that.
She got people. Because I know what Carolyn was going at.
I know we know but she ain't gonna say it like wink, wink. We know where she was going. Carolyn was talking tall smack. She was talking tall
Yeah,
smack.
she was talking, but Spitface, I couldn't understand what she was saying, but I assumed what she was saying was a little play on the words with Mr. Dill Pickle, but it was really old school. To me, it seemed like it was in the era of Mom's Mabley, so I guess today's show is going to be about old school. So I'm going to give it a yo.
And we just trying to make America great again.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to give it a yo. Just because of the music. It was, as Chase said, it was tapping. I was tapping my feet too, Chase. But anyway, let's move on. Now, we'll our part 2 of shout out. We'll have another performance from Carolyn. Not, I didn't mean Gloria Gaines, but Carolyn. Okay, is that the sound of my favorite underwater friend? Is it time for Flip It?
Actually, it is time for Flip It, where our hosts, what do? They defend the point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. Which would be the bigger upset, the Texans beating the Patriots or Green Bay with that bad man beating the #1 offense in the world, the Dallas Cowboys? Chase, defend. Texans beating the Patriots would be the bigger upset.
Oh my God, that would be the biggest upset since Michigan was upset in the Big House. The Texans are 10-1 underdogs today. Nobody's giving them a shot to win. They're going against Hall of Fame quarterback Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. Really, it would probably be the biggest upset in NFL playoff history. So, yeah, it'd be a huge one.
Okay, all right. First Lady, defend. Texans beating the Patriots would be the bigger upset.
Of course, if the Texans beat the Patriots, that would be the biggest upset because everybody expects the Patriots to win. I mean, I believe Chase already talked about the spread, the point spread. The Patriots have a 16-point spread. I don't agree with Chase because there ain't no way the Texans are going to cover that spread. But the Texans are 1-7 against the Patriots, and they've lost 27-0 this year. And Brady wasn't even playing. They lost 27-0. So they are facing Brady for the first time. To win in Foxborough with all of these obstacles would be a much bigger upset than Green Bay beating the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys definitely could lose to Green Bay Packers. You know, they have won, 7 games in a row now? The Cowboys and the Packers are, they're playing a very close, tight game. It's a close game. It's almost like a pick-em between the two of them. So I don't think that's a major upset. And it's not really a big deal for the Packers to beat the Cowboys. But Houston beating the Patriots, that is such a major deal.
As they say, the proverbial snowball's chance in hell. But this is Flip It. We don't do nothing easy on this show. This is Flip It, where we're going to flip the script and ask the panel to defend the Packers beating the Cowboys is the bigger upset. Chase, defend.
You know what? I'm going to throw out that loss by the Cowboys to the Eagles. The Cowboys have won 12 straight games. They're coming in as probably the hottest team in the NFL. Packers have won 6, but there's no doubt that Dallas is the best team in the league right now. And for them to get upset, that would be a huge, monumental upset. And the Texans are playing a Patriots team without Rob Gronkowski. So it's not without the realm of possibility that the Texans can pull off a win there if they just buckle down on defense and get at Brady.
All right, you heard the defense from Chase. Remember, I say folks don't forget there's no Gronk. And then the other thing he threw on in there, defense. First lady, defense.
Green Bay beating the Cowboys is more of an upset than Houston beating the Patriots because the hype of Americans team, it's always about Americans team. How about them Cowboys? And you know what? Really, that saying means a lot this year because the Cowboys have played so well all season. They have the best record. So the Cowboys are supposed to have a cakewalk into the Super Bowl because you know what? They are no longer an accident waiting to happen, as Stephen A. Smith likes to say. Green Bay Packers, they have been hot, but Aaron Rodgers, he hasn't played a great defense like the Cowboys. Now, people are saying that Houston shouldn't beat the Patriots in Foxborough. I mean, beating the Patriots, most people would think would be an upset. But let's look at things closely. The Texans, believe it or not, they have beaten the Patriots before in Foxborough in the 2013 divisional playoff game. So the Texans have done this. They win when it counts. They haven't won regular season games against the Patriots, but they win the big game. So don't be surprised if the Texans beat the Patriots, because I said before, they've done it before. So it would not be an upset. Matter of fact, with that being in mind, it would be an upset for the Patriots to beat the Texans.
All right, you heard the defense on both sides of Flip It. And I will say one thing. You talking about Cheesehead Nation versus Cowboy Nation? And if the depleted Raiders quarterbacking core hadn't been on the scene, it would have been parties. But you talking about the Green Bay Packers versus the Cheeseheads versus Cowboy Nation. Yes, to the media, the Texans beating the Patriots would be the biggest all-time upset ever in the world possible that could happen because of all the media hype, because of who Tom Brady, Tom Terrific, and the Brady Bunch is, and Bill Obi-Wan Kenobi, Belichick, and the mystical goings-on in Gillette Slice 'em Up Stadium. But for the bad man, Aaron Rodgers, to say we got to run the table. We got to run the table. And then start whooping that booty. Moving that team down. And you got Cowboy Nation, the best record they done had in, since Chase was around. And I don't know. Look here, I ain't the stat man and stuff. I got Rodney B talking about here that, look, you better keep on. You got to fill in some space. So I'm just trying to say some stuff here. But, and he didn't have no donuts for us this morning with his old cheap butt. But I'm going to tell old Grumpy on it. But you got the dynamic, because this is the real deal. Because it ain't about hey, yeah, all right, the Texans beat the Patriots. Well, good media story, but not biggest upset. This is the one. This is the emotional game. This is the one where, whoa, man, can the that this is Lou Gehrig stepping up and saying bam, pointing and stuff, First Lady, you're supposed to stop me from rambling. Take us a break.
All right, stay tuned. Up next, the funnies and our favorite underwater friend on Flip It Part 2. The Rambling Man. I'm back. You are still listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. It's time for the funnies. Spitface, over to you.
First Lady, it has been an awesome show today. And if people are not tuning in, shame on them. Shame on them, because it's 2017. That's right. It's 20. Hey, we. Now you're going to have to put it on rewind. See, that's what you get. But First Lady production team, I think they came up some interesting today. Now see, we starting 2017 with some folks who need to get their act together because this nonsense ain't going on. I'm gonna tell you now, we got a new administration, so something that hey, I'm gonna tell you now, some of this nonsense you've been doing. And so here, well, First Lady, this is back in your backyard. You gotta make sure you tell your safe. Don't be doing this nonsense. Florida man facing felony for using remote control device to avoid a $1.25 toll. The Florida Highway Patrol said a man is facing felony, not misdemeanor, felony charges for using a remote control device to hide his license plate and avoid paying a $1.25 toll. That's 5 quarters. 5 quarters. A state trooper spotted Joshua Concepcion West 27. We're putting him on blast. Joshua Concepcion West 27 of Apaca, using a mechanism to lower a shield that covers his license plate while approaching the Conway Toll Plaza on Toll Road 408 Expressway in Orlando. That's right. We putting Joshua on blast. Okay. The method of toll evasion is kind of James Bond-like, where the device is activated remotely. A trooper saw the shield both lower and rise. After he cleared the toll booth, the tag came back up. The tag was exposed again. West was arrested on felony charges of petty theft and cheating or gross fraud. Now he is charged with a felony for failure to pay a $1.25 toll. It's not worth having a felony charge on your record for failure to pay a toll. Don't use the road if you can't afford it. Now the popos are aware of several different types of gadgets available online that are designed to hide license plates from toll enforcement and other cameras. They generally retail for $50 to $200. I'm telling y'all now, you're going to have to cut this nonsense out. We got a new administration. They ain't going to be tolerating this mess. Now, ain't all right, Chase? They ain't tolerating this mess, right?
They ain't gonna be playing around with that, man. You don't know how many times that guy went through that toll. Could have been 1,000 times.
Man, no, you ain't going to be cheap. We want our share. All right, guys, darn it.
We got to pay for the wall somehow.
Yeah, look, I'll build that damn wall. I don't care. Put somebody to work. Cheap. I got to remember this a lady shelter. But First Lady, I got to send much love out to your Indian fan base. And I'm not talking about the Seminoles.
Okay.
I'm talking about the folks over in where Gandhi was at. Mr. Reynolds' geography class, boy, you used to get good grades. Now you don't know where nothing at, outside of Kentucky. And but really, I mean, they have been blowing Bras Panties up on Facebook. And I'm like, what's up? my man Daviski, you know. But they giggling, and they you know, so we love you, much love. We just wanted to get that on out there to you. And but gosh darn it, you know, when you're on a roll, you know what's gonna happen. It's time for our favorite underwater friend on Flip It Part 2. Now, which would be the bigger upsets? The Steelers beating the Kansas City Chiefs or the Seahawks beating the Atlanta Falcons? Panel defend. The Seahawks beating Atlanta is the bigger upset over the Steelers beating Kansas City. Chase defend.
Seahawks are definitely would be the bigger upset. Atlanta is very tough playing at home. Over their history, you never want to go to the Atlanta Dome to play a game, especially in the playoffs. Those fans are going to be rocking. They haven't had a playoff game in a few years. The Seahawks aren't the same team on the road. If they were in Seattle, it'd be a different story. Falcons are favored by 4.5, so I think that would be 4.5, 5 points. So it definitely would be a bigger upset if the Seahawks could get a win today.
All right, First Lady, the bigger upset, Seahawks beating Atlanta.
Yeah, that is a bigger upset for the Seahawks to beat Atlanta because the Steelers beating Kansas City is not more of an upset. I mean, the Seahawks, like Chase kind of indicated, they normally can't win outside of their stadium. They depend on the noise of their home stadium as an advantage. And if they were to be playing in Atlanta, which they will be, hey, they don't have that home stadium advantage. So it would be a great upset for the Seahawks to beat the Falcons in Atlanta Stadium. Now, the Seahawks are also going against that high-powered Falcons offense. And unfortunately, the Seahawks defense has been limited because Earl Thomas is not in the game. And he's a safety, and he needs to be out there to help out with them high-power offensive players they have with Julio Jones and, you know, their other receivers. So, and, you know, Matty Ryan, he can get it out to Julio Jones. So it's going to be a major upset if the Seahawks can beat the Falcons in Atlanta. And the Steelers-Kansas City game, man, that's just a pick 'em. Either team could win that game because these two teams are so equally matched. So, yeah, it's a great upset for the Seahawks to beat the Atlanta Falcons.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all, the Seahawks beating Atlanta in Daddy Bay country, coming all the way from the left coast to get up there and face them, and as and the Falcons have quietly just been whipping booty. I have a feeling that they're about to expose some weaknesses, but the Seahawks coming in there with really one of their worst squads and beating that high-powered Falcons team, whew, it would be a doozy. That would be the big upset. But the panel's going to flip the script and defend the Steelers beating Kansas City is the bigger upset. Chase defend.
Now, the Steelers would be a bigger upset. Yeah. Again, the Chiefs' home territory is a very tough place to win. They're 6-2 at home this season, and they're off a bye week. The Steelers had to play last week. So the Chiefs come into it with a big advantage of having rested all their players, and they're rested and ready for this Pittsburgh team. So for the Steelers to upset the Chiefs, that would be probably the biggest upset of the weekend.
All right, First Lady defend. The Steelers beating Kansas City would be the bigger upset.
Yeah, the Steelers beating Kansas City is the biggest upset, would be the biggest upset, because now the Falcons, you know, every year in the playoffs, the Falcons present a bait and switch performance. I mean, just a bait and switch. You think you're getting one team, and another team shows up. I mean, every darn year they have a great regular season, and then they lay an egg in the playoffs. So is there any reason to think that the Falcons are going to change this pattern? I mean, really? Is there any way? No, because they're the bait and switch team. And the Chiefs, they're the great pretenders, too, because they play well also in the regular season. Then when they get to the playoffs, they don't know how to play. I mean, both the Chiefs and the Falcons, it's like watching the show To Tell the Truth. You just really don't know which playoff team is really going to show up.
All right. Now, one thing I will say is that the Steelers beating Kansas City will be the greater upset because, look, you're talking about barbecue sauce. KC, masterpiece. How you going to come to town and beat KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce? Now, that's going to be because, the Steelers, they're going to be bringing chili, some brats, and that kind of stuff, and they probably gonna have some cheese steaks, and it's gonna be all good. But see, KC masterpiece. See, the barbecue sauce is what will define the victory. So the Steelers coming in with brats, cheese steaks, and chili, it's gonna be a tall order. They're gonna have to flip. You know how like Donald Trump flipped Michigan? They're going to have to flip them. And if they're able to do that, that's an upset. First Lady, take us to break.
On the other side of the break, we'll have another performance from Carolyn Gaines on Shout Out. Please stay tuned.
Flip. Listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. I'm here with my man Chase Diamond, the First Lady of Sports Talk, Antoinette Cheryl Smith. It's time for Shout Out Part 2, the picks and the finale. The music flows from around the globe to get a shout out from the First Lady and the crew. Over to you.
We have another performance from Carolyn Gaines from her album, I Want Your Money, Honey. All right, DJ, let's hear the Hoochie Coochie Woman.
The gypsy woman from my mother, just before I was born. You got a good track hand. She's gonna be a son of a gun. She's gonna make all the men run, jump, and shout. Then the world will know what she got out. 'Cause I know I'm her, and everybody knows I'm her. Well, now, no, Touche woman, yeah. And everybody knows I'm her. I'm her. I got a black hat bone. I got myself a munching chin. I got the John Cocker kangaroo. I got the mess. Lord, will make you men lead me by my hand, and then the world will know that I'm your Gucci. And everybody knows I'm your Gucci. the 7th hour, on the 7th day, on the 7th month, the 7 doctors say she was born for the love, and that you have seen. Got $700, and don't you mess with me, 'cause you know I'm hurt. And everybody knows I'm hurt. Well, you know I'm your coochie one. And everybody knows I'm your coochie woman. Yeah.
Okay, the hoochie coochie woman. All right, let's go to the panel. Spitface, what did you think of Carolyn Gaines' Coochie Woman?
The title of her album is "I Want Your Money, Honey." So I will say that the music is so consistent with the name of the album. But I love it. I love the harmonica sound and everything, and a little kickback music to reminisce about grandma and some having them lemon cookies. And but I liked it. I liked it. So I'm shouting it out.
Shout it out, Chase. What did you think about the song?
Coochie Mama, she's bad to the bone. I love that song. Bone. That might be one of my favorite songs that I've heard on the program. I loved it. And although I stay far away from this lady because I don't need to give my money away to nobody.
All right. Yeah, I liked the song too. I really did. Yeah, it almost had the beat, like you said. It was almost a beat from Bad to the Bone. But definitely, I could understand what she was saying too. That makes a big difference for me. So, so anyway, definitely going to shout that out for Carolyn Gaines. And if you would like to hear more from Carolyn Gaines, just check her out at CarolynBluesingerGaines.com. If you'd like to be heard or you have any comments, you can send your emails and tracks to Panties@OldGrumpyRadio.com. It is time for the picks. Chase, Dizzy Mack has been looking a little sad since his favorite quarterback went down. But the real question is, will I regain my crown? Well, I have the results from last week, but for some reason, I just seem to misplace them. But I have the totals, the grand total, but I don't have the individual results. But anyway, that's okay. We'll just move along. So currently, I'm leading at 4 million points. Now, what happened was I did have a bad week last week. It was not great at all. And Dizzy Mack, he's at 1,500,000 points. And Chase Diamond, Chase, you have been coming up like gangbuster. You are really starting to breathe down my throat at 2,360,000 points. So
go Chase.
I've been off for a couple of weeks too, so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
Spitface has done well. Really done well for you. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Chase. I would say about 3 weeks ago, you were a negative number, so you really have come on now. So now you got a lot of pressure now.
Yeah, I told you, me and Chase stacking the cash in 2017.
That's right.
I'm riding with the Chase.
Okay, so let's get to the our newest picks. Okay. Who will have more touchdowns? Russell Wilson or Alex Smith? 550,000 for the correct answer, minus 355,000 for the incorrect answer. I'm going to start with you, Chase.
Well, although I like the Falcons minus the points, I'll go with Russell Wilson in this one.
You going with Russell Wilson? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Russell Wilson too. I just don't think that Alex Smith can bring it to get. He may get one touchdown, but that's about it.
Yeah,
Who
on
will
the
have?
on the Chiefs, the multiple players score touchdowns, not necessarily quarterback related.
Mm-hmm.
Special teams, so on the Seahawks, but we might all go wrong. We'll see what Dizzy Mac's pick is. Go for it.
Okay, so moving along, who will have more interceptions, the Seahawks defense or the Dallas defense? 100,000 for the correct answer, and minus 350,000 for the incorrect answer. I am going to go with the Seahawks defense. Chase.
Well, originally, I'm going to have to stick to my guns. I have the Seahawks written down here. I'm going to stick with the Seahawks. I was going to disagree with the first lady just to try to gain some points, but I'm going to have to go with my gut.
You have to go with your gut feeling. Okay, well, that's what you got to do.
Play the long game, Chase. Play the long game, Chase.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I just figured that, Matty Ryan, he likes to throw the ball a lot. So that's why I thought that they would have more attempts to intercept him versus, Aaron Rodgers throws the ball a lot. But Aaron Rodgers, bad man, he hasn't thrown an interception in a long, long time. So it's been a long time since he's thrown an interception.
He overdo. What you gonna do?
Okay, so let's move along. Who will have more rushing yards, the Packers or the Texans? 950,000 for the correct answer, minus 575,000 for the incorrect answer. I'm going to go with the Texans. I picked against them last week, and they really embarrassed me because they had a whole bunch of rushing yards. Who you going with, Chase?
Good Lord, I like the Texans too, so we're on the same page as well.
Okay. Who will have more passing yards, the Steelers or Falcons? 525,000 for the correct answer, minus 425 for the incorrect answer. Chase?
I'm going with the Steelers in this one.
Well, you know what? This was a pick-em for me, and I went with the Steelers last time, and they disappointed me, so I'm going to go with the Falcons. I think the real Falcons are going to show up this time, and so I'm going to go with the Falcons against the Seahawks defense. Who will have more rushing yards, Seahawks or the Chiefs? 300,000 for the correct answer, minus 325,000 for the incorrect answer. I have the Chiefs because, as we know, the Seahawks right now, they do not have a running game. Chase, who do you have?
I have the Chiefs as well.
All right. Who will have a better QBR? Tom Brady or Alex Smith? 300,000 for the correct answer, minus 500,000 for the incorrect answer. Go ahead, Chase. I mean, the producers really could have made this one a difficult one.
Well, actually, I think I'm going to get you on this one because I'm taking Alex Smith.
Are you serious? I guess because he is that manager, he throws them short passes, so I guess it makes it look like he has a good QBR. So
the Texans have the number 2 pass defense in the league.
The Texans are the number 2. I don't care what they are, but I'm going with Mr. Tom Brady.
Tom Terrific and the Brady, bud.
Tom Terrific Brady. All right, moving along. Who will score more touchdowns, Le'Veon Bell or Aaron, that bad man Rodgers? 550,000 for the correct answer, minus 525,000 for the incorrect answer. I got sucker into this one last time. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. I chose the running back. I better go with the quarterback. Chase, who do you have?
Yeah, this is a very tough one. It's hard to go with Le'Veon Bell because if he scores 2 touchdowns, it's a good day for a running back. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers because he's more apt to score multiple touchdowns.
Exactly. Le'Veon, you hit it right on the nail. Le'Veon Bell had 2. Aaron Rodgers had 4 touchdowns last week. Okay. All right. The all-important optional question, which really got us last week. We all said that there would be at least 2 missed field goals, and guess what? The kickers were perfect last week. So guess what? I don't know if I'm going with this one. So let's talk about the options. There will be at least 1 missed extra point attempt. $950,000 for the correct answer and -$700,000 for the incorrect answer. Chase, are you taking the option?
I'm going to pass on it.
You're going to pass on it. I had a cushion. My cushion is gone from last week. I know Dizzy Mack is going to take it. He takes it regardless. Could there be at least 1 missed extra point? Now, I think Houston kicker, he usually misses his extra points. You know what? I'm going to take a fly. I'm going to say yes. There will be 1 missed extra point. I'm going to say yes. Nope. I changed my mind. I'm going to say no. I'm going to go with no. I'm going to take this option, but I'm going to choose no. All right. So let's move on. We'll see how we do because it is.
If I had to, I'd take a yes on that one. But
you're going to pass. I was going to take a yes.
So Chase, are you going to go with the option?
No, I just want to toss that out there. If I had to, I would say there would be a 1.
I know. I had it too, but I said, I know there's some bad weather out there, but I'm thinking this is the playoff. This is pressure time. Them darn kickers, they only got to do one thing in life, and that's kick the football. They need to make their extra points. All right, let's move along. Let's go to our outrageous predictions. It's time for us to it's time for the panel to give their outrageous predictions for the week. Chase, what is your outrageous prediction?
I've kind of been talking about it the whole show, but my outrageous prediction is to get down or get in touch with your Las Vegas book, bet on the Pittsburgh Steelers to win the Super Bowl. That's the team that I think is going to take it. You can get 8-1 odds, put $100 down, come back with 800. That's my outrageous pick.
Okay. Spitface, what's your outrageous prediction?
My outrageous prediction is that Derrick Rose will be traded
by the New York Knicks. That's not all that. Hey, he may be traded. That's not outrageous because God knows Eric can't get the ball. I really think they need to trade Brandon Jennings, but that's another story, another time. Well, I shouldn't say this, but anyway, I really don't have my outrageous prediction. My outrageous prediction is the Cowboys will have to rely on Tony Romo to get a win. That's my outrageous prediction.
That would be a shocker.
Yes, it would be. All right. Let's move along. Please enjoy the poetic performance at the end of the show. And this has been Cheryl Smith along with Chase Diamond. You have been listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. And how could I forget Spitface?
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I feel good. I'm going to keep it simple. Stevie Wonder said it better. We pledge allegiance all our lives to the magic colors, red, blue, and white. And we all must be given the liberty to defend. Because if justice not for all men, history will repeat again. Not fighting for equality past tense. Because history repents. And we're the people only skinned with pigment. The day has come where all is one under the sun, and America stunned. Separation undone. Because we are all responsible, so come join. See the eyes of the people run. Yes. Our future is being sworn in, and it could be your son or your daughter, so make plans. This is history, and we're living it. Only one of the cries of the civil rights that has made it. 4.3 million on a split of the people who has witnessed it. No, this is not a dream. No, this is not a dream. No, this is not a dream. He's a real man. Putting his hand up to be sworn in as the first black president. So let us stand, band together, and raise our hands. Because yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we did. The first black president, Barack Obama, a black man. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I feel